All right. Karl Rove has announced that he's leaving. There's one main reason I like Karl Rove. You know what that is? The Marxist-Stalinist leftists hate his guts. Whatever they hate, I like. You think that's wrong? I think it's right. Now, Chris Matthews, or Screwball on Screwball, he's rambling away about it on the Today Show this morning. Here's a little audio excerpt. Cut one, go.
I think Henry Waxman's going to go after him now. He's not involved in any criminal proceeding like Scooter Libby is. He can't claim he's in the appellate process. He's exposed now, it seems to be, on the leak case. In terms of the 8 U.S. attorneys that were fired, I think he's also exposed there, not having the White House position anymore.
Is he on speed? I'm not making an allegation of anything, but do people normally talk like this? With the rambling gibberish and the spittle in the corner of his mouth? Let me educate you, genius. You don't have to still be on the White House staff or still in litigation for separation of powers to apply. Even if you've left the White House. He was deputy chief of staff on the inner circle of the president. He's not subject to the torment of the Stalinist show trials that Leahy and Conyers are putting on, because it's the president, you idiot, not Rove, who's protecting the doctrine and the office of the presidency. You get it? No, you don't get it. You used to work for Carter, one of the worst presidents in American history. As a matter of fact, one of the worst presidents of any country. Now, cut two, more of Screwball on Screwball. Go.
This guy is the Democrats' Moby Dick. They've been after this guy for years. Right. They blame him for Bush's election. They believe he got a guy elected to the presidency who didn't have the brains to get there on his own.
Stop. Didn't have the brains to get there. These liberals are the biggest morons on the face of the earth, and they lecture us about how stupid Republican presidents are all the time. Isn't it amazing? Bush, who has a master's degree, Bush, who went to Yale and Harvard, he's not as smart as Clinton, who flunked as a Rhodes Scholar, who didn't keep his pants up. No, nobody's as smart as Clinton, or the great Jimmy Carter, who screwed up in so many ways I can't even list them. No, but Bush is a dummy. Bush's dad is a dummy, Reagan's a dummy, Nixon's a dummy. All the Democrats are geniuses. There's Ted Kennedy cheating on his test. He's a genius. Joe Biden, well, he's cutting edge. Another plagiarist, another idiot. I've said before, liberalism is the philosophy of the stupid. And that's the truth. I told you when I met with the president, I heard all this stuff. I've never met him, never spoke to him before in my life. That he's dumb, that he's tongue-twisted, that he's this, that he's that. He was extremely intelligent. I don't know the man, but I listened to him for an hour. Extremely intelligent. I'm sorry he's not as smart as Harry Reid or Nancy Pelosi. Wow, aren't they smart? All right, then we have Bill Plant, who is a old-time CBS reporter and a liberal. Let's see if you can hear this. With the president and Rove, after Rove's press conference, he yells out something to the president. Cut 5, go. Let me interpret for you. He yelled out, if he's so smart, how come you lost Congress? It's a good question. But he doesn't run Congress. Every congressman and senator are responsible for their own campaigns. And they ran a crummy campaign because they had a crummy record of big spending. And there's another reason they lost. Because Bill Plant and his ilk were rooting for the liberals and the Democrats. That's why they clung on to this phony Mark Foley story. And did other things they tried to do. Dirty tricks by the media on behalf of the Democrats. Republicans need to act like conservatives. There's no doubt about it. Because if they don't, they're going to lose. The media will always be against them.